You ever notice how two people can go through the same exact situation, but walk away with two completely different experiences? Like, one person gets stuck in traffic and they're pissed, ruined their whole day. The other turns up the music, rolls the window down, doesn't even care. Same situation, different reaction, because the world doesn't change. People do. It's not about what happens, it's about how you see it. See, your brain doesn't just take in reality, it filters it, it twists it, fills in gaps, tells stories. And those stories, they're based on you. How you feel, what you believe, the way you see yourself. If you walk around thinking people are out to get you, you'll see proof everywhere. If you believe you're unlucky, you'll start noticing every little thing that goes wrong. But if you think the world is full of opportunity, you'll find it, because your mind, it's always looking for proof of what it already believes. That's why some people always seem miserable. They've trained their brain to find the worst in everything. Doesn't matter what's in front of them. They'll find a way to feel like they're losing. And the worst part? They don't even realize they're doing it, but the people who get it, they move different. They don't waste time complaining. They don't see failure. They see lessons. They don't see closed doors. They see another way in, because their mind is trained for something different. And here's the real kicker. If you don't believe you deserve good things, you'll never see them. They'll be right in front of you, and you'll walk right past them. Opportunities, won't notice them. People who actually care about you, you'll push them away. A way out, you won't even think it's possible. Not because the world is against you, but because you've convinced yourself you don't belong in something better. But the moment you change that, everything shifts. Not because the world changes, but because you do. And if you don't like what you see, maybe it's time to change what's looking back at you. But that's the hard part, right? Looking in the mirror and actually seeing what's there. Not the version you show people, not the act you've rehearsed so well that even you started to believe it. I'm talking about the real you, the one behind the mask, the one you avoid when it gets too quiet. See, most people aren't afraid of the world. They're afraid of being seen by themselves. Because when you finally stop distracting yourself, when you get honest, you realize how many of your problems aren't out there. They're in here, in your habits, in the way you talk to yourself, in the way you let old pain sit in the back of your mind like background noise. And the wild part? You carry that into everything. You carry it into conversations, into relationships, into how you handle failure, even into your goals. It's all connected. If you think you're not enough, you'll overcompensate or you'll hold back. You'll settle for less or chase things that don't even fulfill you just to prove a point. And then you'll look around and wonder why life feels empty. But it's not life. It's the lens. It's you. Everything you experience gets filtered through how you see yourself, your relationships, your success, your peace, even your definition of love. And if that filter is cracked, so is your view of the world. That's why nothing changes until you do. Not your job, not your income, not your people, not your peace. You can move cities, change your circle, switch up your clothes, your name, your whole look. But if the same version of you is driving the car, you're just changing scenery, not direction. So maybe the real question isn't why the world looks the way it does. Maybe the real question is, who are you when no one's watching? So, who are you when no one's watching? Not the name you go by, not the roles you play, not the version of you that's been shaped by survival, but the version beneath all of that. The one that shows up in silence, in stillness, in pain. That version, that's the real you. And most people spend their whole life avoiding it, because it's easier to point fingers than face your own reflection. It's easier to change your routine than your reality. Easier to stay broken than rebuild. But you can only run so long before the truth catches up. See, there's this moment where you realize that everything you thought was protecting you is actually what's holding you back. The overthinking, the people-pleasing, the pretending you don't care when you really do, the distractions, the numbing, all of it. Just armor. And at some point, you gotta decide, are you gonna keep carrying it? Or are you finally ready to let it go? Because transformation doesn't happen when you want to change, it happens when staying the same. It starts to feel like death. And when you finally peel back the layers, when you tear down what was never really you to begin with, well, what's left? What do you build from there? Because the hardest part about waking up is realizing everything around you was built by the version of you who was still asleep.